Hey, what's up, boxers? This is Zack with Buildbox. Let me quickly break down what I want to do in these next two bonus videos. So at this point, you've watched parts 1 through 6, and if you haven't, I recommend doing that. So at this point, you should be able to just build out a few levels and make a couple of different obstacles, and you can start building out your own completely unique game. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I build out a few levels. Some of these I'm going to fast forward through because if I think it's boring, then I'm not going to show it to you. But some other parts I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to walk you through it how I would build out a few levels. So I'm just going to develop for like an hour or two, and then I'm going to share these videos with you. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So right now what we've got is we've got a regular cube character who's able to collect coins and jump on platforms and avoid obstacles, and then if you come in contact with one of those obstacles, the character is defeated, and then you can restart your game. So let's go ahead and let's jump into this. Let's build out a few cool levels right now and make this game even better. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to create a couple pillars, a couple ground objects, and I want to extend them out so that they're a little bit longer, and I want to blend them in so they look like little stepping stones. So let's go ahead, let's take this guy, let's move it down, and that looks pretty good. It's actually lining up really nicely. Yeah, that's gonna work. Okay, cool. So what I'll do is I'll get rid of this guy and I'll make a couple copies of this one. And just so you know, see this camera right here, it's I definitely need it, but it's kind of in the way since I'm developing right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select this little option right here. You can see this little X, and the I means that it's visible or not visible. So right now, by toggling this option, I can make it visible or not visible. So let's go ahead and I'll lock it down as well so I can't move it. Let's go ahead and make a copy using this. I just hit D on my keyboard. And I think I'm going to use this distance right here, this 6 spike distance, to see whether or not the character can even make this jump. So I'm going to just select my first scene here and see if you can make the jump. Okay, it looks like you can. So let's go ahead, let's exit out of the preview now. So what I want to do is I want to create a couple of these. So I'm going to get out of the collision shape here. I'm going to select a couple of these, and I'm going to make a quick copy. Just going to hit A and then slide them over. Okay, cool. So we'll do something like this where the platform's a little bit bigger in the middle, and then we'll do another, let's do something like this. Okay, that looks good. Let's go ahead and I'm going to select a couple of these spikes. I'm going to select a couple of these spikes. I'm going to hit D on my keyboard and slide these guys over. And let's go ahead and just test this guy out right now. I'm going to get rid of these 3 spikes, and I'll go ahead and move the coins over the pits. Let's go here, over the spike pits. So I'll do 3. Something like that. And just move them like that. And set them up like that. Okay, perfect. So we'll do a couple of these guys over the spike pits. And that should be cool. Okay, cool. So in a real short amount of time, we got a cool little level there. I like it. Nice. Haha. All right. I like it. We can work with this. You can almost get all 3 of them in a jump. All right, cool. So I like this. Let's go ahead and I'm going to make a copy of this level, because one thing I noticed is that the jump is actually, it goes pretty far. If you delay on pressing the jump button, you'll actually get a pretty good amount of distance. So let's take this scene. I'm going to hit S on my keyboard. I'm going to stop just doing that scene. I'm going to hit D on my keyboard, and I'm going to duplicate this scene. I'm going to name it scene number 2. And then what I want to do is I want to test out and see how far I can get this jump to go, because I want to get like a 1 jump length that really challenges the player to make the full jump. Like basically it's like, you know, the maximum jump that you can actually do. So let's just test this out. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. I kind of want to see if you can even clear this distance. That seems really far to me, and I don't think it's going to happen. But let's try it out. So I'm going to hit S on my keyboard, and then I'm going to just do this second scene. Press play. Okay, let's go ahead and test it out. Yeah, see, you actually can make that jump. It is so long. All right. Ooh, no, I did bad timing, but you got to have the right timing. Let's try it one more time. Okay, jumping. Wow, you can almost collect all the coins too. Not bad. Okay. Yeah, and if you really wait for it, like let's say you just kind of fall off the edge and you wait to hit the jump button the first time, you can actually get some real distance. So let's see here. Okay, at least, let's go ahead and at least add in a couple more spikes here. So I'll go ahead and do this. Extend that out a little bit. I'll select, oops, made a copy. I'll select these two. Hit D on my keyboard. Let's go ahead and move it in just a little bit. See if this works. And I'll move these guys over real fast into the middle. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and test this out real fast. I'm also going to take these guys and scale them out just a little bit. Oops. That's not what I want. Okay, cool. That'll work. All right, let me go ahead and hit Command S on my keyboard and save real fast. Okay. Press play. Ooh, okay, not bad. Something's going on though with, I don't like that the character is able to pass through this cube. All right, and you know what, Boxers, I'm gonna go ahead and develop out for a little bit, and I will stop and explain something if I think it's cool. So let's keep going. Okay, hey, I want to show you guys something cool right now. I'm going to go ahead and kind of slow things down and just show you this real fast. So while I was developing out this ramp where I want the character to kind of jump up and have to clear these gaps, you know, these really hard gaps, I'm not actually sure that the space is correct yet. I might have to adjust the space. But what I did decide, and what I do think is cool, is when the character comes in contact with the side of the wall, okay, I want the character to be defeated. Basically, I want it to be so that the character has to land on the top, and if it doesn't make it, then if it hits the side and starts falling down, at this point, I kind of want the character to be defeated. So I want there to be an invisible enemy inside of there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy right here. This is just a cube that I just brought in. I'll probably shrink this way down. Make this nice and thin. It doesn't need to be too big. And it's already set to an enemy. And let me go ahead and make sure I've got this set. Okay, cool. The enemy collision group, that's great. So if I come in contact with this block, it should defeat the character. So let's go ahead and test that out real fast. So I'll go ahead and hit 3. I'll hit S on my keyboard, so I'm just doing that scene. And if I come in contact with that block, I need to give it a collision shape. Okay, let's go ahead and let's go to the start node, physics. I'll make it static. All right, let's press play. And then now it should come in contact and then defeat the character. Okay, awesome. So now what I want to do is you can either just shove this little block inside of here, inside of this one, and that'll probably be good enough. But let's say you wanted to make this block invisible. A lot of people ask, you know, how do you make something invisible? It's really, really simple. You just delete the 3D model node from inside of the node map of whatever object you're working with. And so then when you go back in here, you just have this little placement marker instead. So this is really, really handy. If you ever want to, do special things that are hidden, behind the scenes, and you don't want the player to see, then that's great. You just delete the 3D model and then you're good to go. But what's cool is, even though there's this little placement marker, let's check the collision shape. The collision shape is still the size of the original shape. And so now it's going to hit that invisible wall, and then the character is going to be defeated. So I'm going to end this video here. I didn't get as much developing done as I wanted to, so I'll either make the other video longer or I'll add a third bonus video, because I do want to show you how to create a couple scenes and build them out. So keep an eye out for more videos to come, and as always, keep on boxing.